What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your number one source for everything Dallas Cowboys. I'm Dave, and today we've got a jam-packed episode as we dive into the latest news and updates surrounding our Cowboys as they trim down to the final 53-man roster. The deadline is just around the corner, and the Cowboys have some tough decisions to make, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this one. But before we jump into all the details, take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers, and your support is absolutely crucial in helping us grow. So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join the Cowboys News TV community, and let's hit that 11K mark together. Alright, let's get into it. The Cowboys have until Tuesday, August 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to finalize their 53-man roster, and there are some key positions that will be under the microscope: running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defensive back. These are the spots where the competition has been the fiercest, and some big names could be on the chopping block. As we count down to the deadline, we'll be tracking every roster cut and major move right here on Cowboys News TV. So if you want to stay up to date with all the action, you've come to the right place. And remember, drop your thoughts in the comments as we go through these updates. Who do you think will make the cut? Who's on the bubble? Let's get the conversation going, Cowboys Nation. First up, let's talk about the rookies. The Cowboys are banking on some fresh faces to make an impact this season, and none more so than Tyler Guyton, our 2024 first-round pick. Guyton is set to start at left tackle in Week 1, and all eyes will be on him as he faces off against Cleveland Browns star pass rusher Myles Garrett. This is going to be a real test, but based on his preseason performance, it looks like Guyton is more than ready to step up. According to Pro Football Focus, Guyton was the top-rated rookie offensive lineman of the 2024 preseason, finishing with an impressive PFF grade of 80.6. He ranked third in both run blocking and pass blocking, allowing just one pressure in 30 pass blocking snaps. Cowboys Nation, we may have a star in the making here. What are your thoughts on Tyler Guyton's potential? Do you think he's going to hold his own against Myles Garrett in Week 1? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to vote in our poll about whether Guyton will have the best rookie season among the 2024 offensive linemen. Now, let's shift our focus back to the roster cuts. As the Cowboys work their way down to the final 53, there are some big decisions looming. Running back is one of the positions where things are particularly tight. With names like Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdle likely to secure their spots, it leaves a few others fighting for that last spot. Deuce Vaughn, who had a strong showing against the Raiders, could be a dark horse in this race. Cowboys Nation, do you think Deuce Vaughn has done enough to earn his place on the roster? Should the Cowboys keep him as a secret weapon in the backfield? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. The wide receiver room is another area where the competition has been fierce. Behind CeeDee Lamb, it's a battle for spots, and guys like Jalen Tolbert, Michael Gallup, and Brandon Cooks are looking solid. But what about some of the lesser-known names who've been turning heads in training camp and preseason? Could a surprise cut be on the horizon? Who do you think should stay, and who should go? Engage with us in the comments below. Let's see who you think will round out the Cowboys' receiving core. Next up is tight end, a position that's seeing some changes this offseason. The Cowboys have a mix of veterans and younger players, and they're going to have to decide who fits best in their scheme. Brevin Spanford is one of those on the bubble. At 6'7" and 270 pounds, he offers a unique skill set as a blocker, but his preseason hasn't been stellar. Cowboys Nation, should the Cowboys take a chance on Spanford's potential, or should they go with more proven versatility? We want to know what you think. Drop your take in the comments and participate in our poll about who the Cowboys should keep at tight end. Let's talk about the defensive backfield. The Cowboys are deep at this position, but that depth means some tough cuts are coming. With standout players like Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, and Jordan Lewis locked in, the battle is on for the remaining spots. Will a veteran get the nod, or could a young player force their way onto the roster? Cowboys Nation, this one's going to be close, so make sure you chime in with your thoughts. Who should the Cowboys keep in the secondary? Let's get a debate going in the comments. Let's dive even deeper into what's shaping up to be one of the most pivotal times of the year, roster cut-down day. With the deadline fast approaching, the pressure is mounting not just for the players, but also for the coaching staff and front office as they make those final, tough decisions. Let's talk about the offensive line, a unit that often doesn't get the same attention as skill positions, but one that's absolutely critical to the success of the team. The Cowboys have invested heavily in this group over the years, and the 2024 season will be no different. We've already highlighted Tyler Guyton, our first-round pick, who's poised to be a major contributor from day one. But let's not forget about the rest of the line. With veterans like Zach Martin anchoring the guard position and the return of a healthy Tyron Smith at left tackle, this line has the potential to be one of the best in the league. The real question is, who will fill in the gaps? Cowboys Nation, who do you think should make the final cut along the offensive line? Do you think someone like Josh Ball, who has shown versatility by moving to guard, should be kept around for depth? Or should the Cowboys focus on younger talent with higher upside? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to vote in our community poll about the final roster spots on the offensive line. Your opinions could help shape the conversation as we get closer to the deadline. Moving on to the defense, where the Cowboys have traditionally built their identity. We all know that defense wins championships, and this year's unit could be something special. The Cowboys are loaded with talent at every level, from the defensive line to the secondary. But depth is always a concern, especially when injuries inevitably happen during the grind of an NFL season. One of the most interesting battles to watch has been at defensive end. Viliami Fehoko, Jr., a fourth-round pick from last year, has had an up-and-down preseason. After making the 53-man roster as a rookie, he didn't see any regular season action due to an injury that eventually placed him on injured reserve. Now, with the departure of key players like Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler, Jr., and an injury to Sam Williams, Fehoko has an opportunity to step up. But has he done enough to secure his spot? Cowboys Nation, what's your take on Fehoko? Do you think he's ready to take on a larger role this season, or should the Cowboys be looking elsewhere for depth on the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's have a discussion about the best options for the defensive end position. And while you're at it, be sure to cast your vote in our poll about whether Fehoko should make the final roster. Linebacker is another position where the Cowboys have some tough choices to make. With Micah Parsons leading the charge, the linebacker core is in good hands. But beyond Parsons, who's likely to be a key figure in the Cowboys' defense for years to come, the team needs to solidify their depth. Willie Harvey is a name that's been floated around as someone on the bubble. After showing promise in the XFL, Harvey joined the Cowboys looking to prove he belongs in the NFL. He's had some good moments, particularly in coverage, but missed tackles have been an issue. What do you think, Cowboys fans? Does Willie Harvey have what it takes to stick with the Cowboys, or should the team consider other options for linebacker depth? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and participate in our community poll about the linebacker position. Your input is invaluable as we get closer to the final roster decisions. Now, let's not forget about the special teams unit. Often overlooked, special teams can be the difference between winning and losing close games. The Cowboys have historically had strong special teams play, and this year's squad is shaping up to be just as solid. But as always, there are decisions to be made. Kick returners, gunners, and backup specialists are all vying for those last few roster spots. Special teams play is all about effort and discipline, and it's where many young players can make their mark. Cowboys Nation, do you have any dark horses in mind who could earn a spot on the roster thanks to their special teams contributions? Who should be the primary kick returner this season? Let's get your thoughts in the comments and see who you believe should be the Cowboys' special teams standouts in 2024. As we look at the bigger picture, it's clear that the Cowboys are building something special. The mix of veteran leadership and young talent has the potential to take this team deep into the playoffs. But as we all know, the NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint. Depth will be key, and the decisions made this week could very well determine the team's fate as the season progresses. The coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy, has some tough calls to make. Balancing the need for immediate contributors with the development of younger players is never easy. But that's what separates good teams from great ones. And with the talent on this roster, the Cowboys have a real shot at greatness this year. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for being part of the Cowboys News TV community. Your support, your comments, your votes, they all make a difference. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We're so close to reaching 11,000 subscribers, and we need your help to get there. Your subscription not only supports the channel, but it also ensures you won't miss any of our upcoming content. Whether it's breaking news, player breakdowns, or game previews, Cowboys News TV has got you covered. We've got a lot more in store as we head into the regular season. From in-depth analyses of each game to exclusive interviews and behind-the-scenes looks at the team, you won't want to miss a single episode. So make sure you're subscribed, and let's keep growing this amazing community together. Thanks for tuning in, Cowboys Nation. As always, keep the conversation going in the comments. Your insights and opinions are what make this channel great. And remember, stay safe, stay strong, and go Cowboys!